Dear students, welcome back to our online class. I hope you all are absolutely fine and you have completed your homework which we have discussed in last class. So dear students, in today's class again we are going to extend the unit 1, that is food. So in last chapter we have discussed the nutrition in plants. Now we are going to discuss the nutrition in animal. So just recall the definition of nutrition. Nutrition is the process by which the living organism take in their food and use it for growth and development their body. Okay, so nutrition is the process. Whose process? The living organism, where they can take their food and use it for growth and development of their body. Okay, so in plants already we have discussed how they are going to perform the nutrition process. Now it's time to discuss on the topic of nutrition in animals. So let's take some introduction part, where we know that plants make their food by the process of photosynthesis. But what about the animals, whether they are capable to prepare their food? No, without the green vegetables, green plants, it is highly impossible to survive as well as make their food by themselves. So for animals it is highly impossible without the plants. But plants, they are independent from the nature, but animals are dependent on the plant. Yes, so animals get their food from the plants. Yes, animals get their food from the plants. But some of the animals, what they are doing? Some animals eat plants directly. Okay, so you can take a simple example, that deer. Okay, what is the food of deer? Deer is eating grass. Okay, deer is eating grass. So here the grass is eaten by deer. Yes, and deer is again eaten by lion. Okay, so here the first food is the grass itself. Okay, so grass is eaten by deer and this deer is eaten by lion. So you can see here how the circle is going on. Grass is eaten by deer. So here what happens? Animals eat plants and these animals eaten by another animal. Is it? So here this is one of the concepts we have to discuss here, that some animals eat plants directly while some animals eat plant eating animals. Plant eating animals means you can take a herbivorous example like rabbit, deer, and few more examples are there. So who are eating the grass or plant eating animals, they can eaten by another strong animals. Okay, which you can say as a omnivorous. Okay, afterwards we will discuss the concept of herbivorous and omnivorous. So thus animals get their food from plants either directly or indirectly. So this concept we have to keep in our mind, that what is the main source of food? It is nothing but the plants itself. Okay, so all organisms require food for survival and growth. Yes, all living organisms, they require food for survival and growth. Maybe food is a different components, like eaten. Here food is doesn't mean that pav bhaji, vada pav. No, the main source of the food is plants itself. Okay, so all organisms require food for survival and the growth. So requirement of the nutrition, mode of intake of food and its utilization in body are collectively known as a nutrition. So in our body, for development of our body, we need nutrients. That is the spelling of nutrients. Yes, it is the nutrition. So for the better development of our body, we need nutrition. whereas the mode of intaking of the food, okay, means the process of intaking of the food and it is utilization in body, and afterward, after taking the food, it is utilized by the body. This process is nothing but the nutrition. Already I have introduced this concept, okay. So this is some little bit introduction about nutrition in plants, okay. Now let's take some different organism take in a different ways, okay. So some of the organisms, some of the animals, they are using their mouth, and like a human beings, they are using their hands for having their food. So here few more examples we have, so let's discuss one by one. So you can see here the hummingbird which sucks nectar of the plants, okay. So this bird is taking her food by sucking the nectar of this plant from this flower, okay. This is one of the way to take a food from the nature, okay. Here if we are talking about the human beings, what we are doing, we are using our hands to take food, and afterwards what we are doing, after eating the food, okay, by mouth, it will going to be digest in our body, okay. So what is the main way we are using for taking the food? That is the hands to mouth, okay, hands to mouth. So this is the way how we are taking our food. Next is the different organism. Let's take about the spider. They are preparing one net, okay. This is one jal, you can say. So what do a spider is doing? Spider is wave sticky web in which small insects get stuck. So what happened? So this spider is preparing this net, and afterwards here the spider is leaving some sticky substance. So what happens? Due to this sticky substance, if small insects will going start roaming here, then what happen? This insect will be stuck here, and if suppose this insects will stuck here, then it is the food for the spider. So at that situation, what happened? After stucking this insect it will be eaten by spider. So this is the food for spider. And next example is that some aquatic animals filter tiny particles floating nearby and feed upon them. So some aquatic animals, they are also using the same way. If suppose their size is big, then what they are doing? They are eating the small organism, okay. So this is another different way to take a food. Next is, let's talk about the earthworm, okay. So what earthworm is doing? Uses is muscular pharynx, okay. Muscular pharynx means its body. The earthworm, they usually the earthworm don't have a bones, okay. They have a muscular pharynx to swallow its food, okay. After taking the food of earthworm, what earthworm is doing? He is doing the swelling their body to digest their food. So this is another way to take a food, okay. So here different organisms are using their different way to collect their food. Now let's talk about the types of nutrition. You already well familiar this concept, that is the autotrophs and the heterotrophs, okay. Auto means self and trophs mean feeding. So autotrophs means, we are taking a simple example, that is the plants, where they are using the simple organic substance like sunlight, water and the carbon dioxide to prepare their food by the process of photosynthesis. This is one of the energy, that is chemical energy to the synthesize food, okay. So this is one of the mode of nutrition where plants are preparing their food. And heterotrophs, they obtain energy through intake and digestion of organic substance. So heterotrophs means depending upon others, okay. So for food purpose, these heterotrophs of the plants are preparing depending on other animals or other plants. So this is the types of nutrition, okay. So what are the mode of the nutrition? Let's talk. So first one is the autotrophic mode of nutrition. So you can take an example as all green plants where they are preparing their own foods, whereas the heterotrophic mode of nutrition means depends upon another organism for their food. So when we are classifying this heterotrophic mode of nutrition, so first one is the saprophic mode of nutrition, where obtain their food from dead and decaying matter. Already we have discussed the saprophytic plants, where the saprophytic mode of nutrition means obtain their food from dead and decaying matter. Already the substance is already decaying and it is fully wastage. So from this substance the saprophytic mode of nutrition can be carried out. Next is the parasitic mode of nutrition. Here what we are doing, okay, so which type of nutrition it is? It is nutrition obtain their food from other organism, okay. So other organisms, we have taken a simple example about the plants where Venus flytrap, how the plants is, it is also one of the organism and they are trapping the insects for taking the nitrogen or the other substance from their bodies, okay. So this is the parasitic mode of nutrition. What here going on, that they are this type of nutrition obtain their food from other organism without killing them, okay. Next is Holozoic mode of nutrition. So Holozoic mode of nutrition we have to discuss here, that is, it is a complex food particles are intact and they are converted into simpler form, okay, they are converted into simpler form. So here usually human beings are taking their food in the form of carbohydrate and proteins, vitamins, which is very strong and complex food which can be digested by our digestive system. So here holozoic mode of nutrition is the complex food particles are intaking and are converted into simpler form. So this is the Holozoic mode of nutrition, where the example is all human being. So we are taking the food in the complex form and afterwards by our digestive system it going to be converted into very small particles, or you can say as a simpler form, and after the digestive system whatever energy we required for our body, it will going to be transport in a whole part of our body. So this is the Holozoic mode of nutrition, okay. So take another examples of another type of mode of nutrition, that is the symbiosis or a mutualism, okay. So here in the symbiosis or you can say a mutualism, there are two different types of the organism live and work together for their mutual benefit, okay, from each other. So what happens, the symbiosis or mutualism means they have a mutual understanding, okay. So they have a mutual understanding between whom? Between two animals or plants, okay, between whom? Between two animals and the plants, how they are benefiting from each other. This is one of the concept of symbiosis or the mutualism, okay. So this is the mutualism. So what happens, they share their shelter, okay, they share their shelter and the nutrients for better growth of the plant or a body. So here the same example for symbiosis plants, you can say as a lichen. So already I have shown you how the lichens are benefiting their development purpose from the other part of the plant. So lichens is one of the best example for symbiosis or a mutualism concept, okay. And lichens are what happened, this is the composite organism composed of fungus and the algae. Fungus is a saprophyte and algae is an autotroph. So what happened, this is the combination and mutual composed of fungus and the algae. So what happened going on here, they have two different types of the organism but they are living working together for mutual benefit, okay. So here what is the combination, that is the saprophyte and the algae. Here two types of the living organism are there, by their mutual understanding they are surviving their life, okay. So let's talk about the heterotrophic mode of nutrition. So most of the plants have green pigment called as a chlorophyll and can take their own food. So some plants do not have a chlorophyll, so and cannot synthesize their own food, so they are known as the heterotrophic plants. Okay, so why I am revising these things, because students get confused what is the autotrophs and the heterotrophs. So if you remember these heterotrophic plants, easily you can recognize that heterotrophic means depending upon the other. So in that we are going to discuss here the next concept. So here, like a heterotrophic plants, another way of nutrition is there, that's a type of holozoic nutrition. So here this holozoic nutrition is divided into three parts, that is the herbivorous, carnivorous and the omnivorous. So what do you mean by the herbivorous? Already in the introduction part itself, organism that feed on plants. Okay, herbivorous means they are eating only the plants itself, or grass or green plants, so they are called as the herbivorous. What do you mean by the carnivorous? Carnivorous means the organism that feed on the other organism, means the animals who are eating the flesh of the animals, okay, or the meat of the animals, then they are called as the carnivorous. Okay, so this is the example of carnivorous. Omnivorous means what? Organism that feed on both plants and other animals. Okay, so omnivorous means which the organism who are feeding themselves by taking the plants and other animals. So human being is also one of the best example of omnivorous. They are eating the food and the plants, all food, meat and plants also. So this is one other another example of omnivorous. So here the types of holozoic nutrition is classified into three parts, that is the herbivorous, carnivorous and the omnivorous. Dear students, till now just we have revised the concept what we have discussed in the previous classes. So this concept is also related to the same concept itself. By next class again we are going to discuss some few revision part, then we will go to how to the work of digestive system. Okay, so in that we are going to learn that digestive system of human as well as the human digestive system of cow. So afterwards we will discuss that thing, but before going to enter the next topic, just take today's homework. What is today's homework? That what are the types of mode of nutrition in animals, and what is herbivorous, carnivorous and the omnivorous. So you have to take down these questions as a homework, and afterwards we will discuss with the new concept in the next class. So just be happy, stay safe and keep it, revise all the things. Have a good day. Bye bye.